Don't make these 3 dangerous mistakes when taking vitamin D. Did you know that taking in an excessive amount of vitamin D may make your health worse? While vitamin D is often celebrated as the sunshine vitamin that keeps your bones strong and your immune system in top shape, taking it the wrong way may backfire. Many people unknowingly make mistakes with their vitamin D intake that may lead to serious health problems. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 3 common mistakes people make when taking vitamin D. And don't worry, I've kept things simple and practical, so you may take action right away. Remember, while vitamin D is important, always consult with your healthcare provider before making changes to your supplement routine. Now, let's get started. First, let's discuss mistakes to avoid while taking vitamin D. 1. Overdosing on vitamin D. Overdosing on vitamin D is a mistake that may lead to serious health consequences, even though vitamin D is crucial for our well-being. Many people think that if a little vitamin D is good for their health, then taking more must be better. But vitamin D doesn't work that way. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning it's stored in your body's fat tissues and liver. Unlike water-soluble vitamins, which your body excretes through urine when consumed in excess, fat-soluble vitamins may build up to toxic levels over time. This is where the trouble starts. When you take excessive amounts of vitamin D, your body processes it into its active form, calcitriol, at a rate it can't balance. Calcitriol plays a key role in regulating calcium levels in your bloodstream by increasing calcium absorption from your diet. Normally, this is a good thing. But when there's too much vitamin D in your system, it causes calcium levels in your blood to spike dramatically, leading to a condition called hypercalcemia. Hypercalcemia may result in symptoms like nausea, vomiting, muscle weakness, excessive thirst, and confusion, but it doesn't stop there. The elevated calcium levels start depositing in places they shouldn't, like your blood vessels, kidneys, and heart tissues. Over time, this calcification may lead to serious complications. For instance, calcium deposits in the kidneys may form kidney stones or worse, cause long-term kidney damage by impairing their ability to filter waste. In the blood vessels and heart, calcification increases the risk of cardiovascular issues, including hypertension and arterial stiffness, which may contribute to heart disease. The endocrine system also gets disrupted. High calcium levels suppress parathyroid hormone activity, which plays a role in maintaining bone health. Ironically, this suppression may make your bones weaker over time, even though vitamin D is meant to strengthen them. This paradox happens because the body starts pulling calcium from bones to regulate the dangerously high calcium levels in the bloodstream. One study describes vitamin D toxicity as rare but serious, caused by overdose or metabolic issues, leading to hypercalcemia with symptoms like confusion, vomiting, and dehydration. Early detection is essential. 2. Ignoring magnesium levels. Ignoring magnesium levels while taking vitamin D is a common oversight, but it's a critical mistake that may drastically affect how your body processes and benefits from vitamin D. Magnesium plays a central role in activating vitamin D. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D remains inactive in your body, which means it can't perform its vital functions, such as helping your body absorb calcium and maintaining bone health. According to research, magnesium supplementation has an effect on the metabolism of vitamin D. When you take vitamin D, your body doesn't use it directly. Instead, it undergoes 2 major conversions. First, in the liver, vitamin D is converted into its storage form. Then, in the kidneys, it is further converted into its active form, which is responsible for most of vitamin D's effects in the body. Both of these conversions rely heavily on enzymes that are magnesium dependent. Without sufficient magnesium, these enzymes can't function effectively, leaving much of the vitamin D you take in an inactive state, unable to contribute to calcium absorption or other critical processes. This inefficiency may have cascading effects on your health. For example, vitamin D's role in calcium absorption is directly tied to bone strength. If magnesium levels are low, calcium absorption becomes suboptimal, even if you're taking enough vitamin D. Over time, this may weaken your bones and increase the risk of fractures or osteoporosis. But the impact doesn't stop at the bones. Low calcium absorption caused by inactive vitamin D may also lead to muscle cramps, fatigue, and weakened immune defenses. Magnesium also plays a role in maintaining a balance between calcium and phosphorus in the blood. When magnesium is deficient, calcium levels may rise, leading to calcification in tissues like the kidneys, heart, and arteries. This makes the relationship between magnesium and vitamin D a delicate balancing act. Magnesium helps guide calcium to the right places, like bones and teeth, and prevents it from settling where it doesn't belong. Without enough magnesium, taking vitamin D could inadvertently contribute to problems like kidney stones or arterial stiffness. 3. Neglecting sun exposure. Neglecting sun exposure while taking vitamin D supplements is a mistake that limits your body's ability to fully utilize this essential nutrient. While supplements may help boost vitamin D levels, they are not a perfect substitute for the natural production that occurs when your skin is exposed to sunlight. Your body has an incredibly efficient and precise system for producing vitamin D, which works best when triggered by sunlight. This natural process not only produces vitamin D in its most bioavailable form, but also comes with additional health benefits that supplements alone cannot provide. When sunlight, specifically ultraviolet B rays, hits your skin, it interacts with a cholesterol compound in the skin. This interaction converts the compound into pre-vitamin D3, which then undergoes a heat-driven reaction to become vitamin D3. This is transported to your liver and kidneys, where it's converted into its active form, calcitriol. This active form is what allows your body to regulate calcium and phosphorus, supporting bone health, immune function, and even muscle performance. The efficiency of this process is unmatched. Your body produces only the amount of vitamin D it needs, naturally preventing the risk of overdose that may occur with supplements. Additionally, sunlight-triggered vitamin D production also activates other compounds in the skin that support overall health. Relying solely on supplements neglects this sophisticated system and its benefits. Over time, insufficient sun exposure may contribute to suboptimal vitamin D levels, even with regular supplementation. This is because the vitamin D obtained from sunlight tends to circulate longer in your body than the synthetic version found in most supplements. Without sunlight, your body may miss out on the natural storage and utilization processes it relies on to maintain stable vitamin D levels. According to research, UV exposure is the main source of vitamin D, offering health benefits like cancer prevention, including melanoma. While sun protection reduces skin cancer risk, excessive sun avoidance may lead to vitamin D deficiency, increasing chronic disease and cancer risks. Factors like latitude, season, and skin color affect vitamin D production. Sunscreen minimally impacts vitamin D synthesis, and controlled UV exposure without sunburn optimizes production for health benefits. Now that we have discussed the mistakes to avoid while taking vitamin D, let's talk about the amazing benefits of vitamin D. 1. Strengthens bones and teeth. Taking vitamin D strengthens bones and teeth by enabling your body to effectively absorb and use calcium and phosphorus, two minerals essential for bone and dental health. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to maintain the delicate balance of these minerals, which may lead to weakened bones, brittle teeth, and a higher risk of fractures or decay. When you consume foods rich in calcium or take calcium supplements, your body doesn't automatically absorb it. Calcium relies on vitamin D to activate specific transport proteins in your intestines that help move the mineral from your digestive system into your bloodstream. Without sufficient vitamin D, these transport mechanisms work inefficiently, and much of the calcium you consume is wasted, excreted instead of being used to fortify your bones and teeth. Phosphorus, another critical mineral for bone structure, follows a similar pathway that depends on vitamin D for optimal absorption. Once calcium and phosphorus are in your bloodstream, vitamin D helps regulate their levels to ensure they're delivered where they're needed most. For bones, calcium combines with collagen, a structural protein, to create a dense, mineral-rich matrix that gives bones their strength and rigidity. Vitamin D not only facilitates this process but also stimulates the activity of osteoblasts, the cells responsible for building new bone tissue. This is particularly important as bones are constantly being broken down and rebuilt in a process called remodeling. Without vitamin D, this balance tips, leading to more bone breakdown than formation, weakening your skeletal system over time. For teeth, calcium and phosphorus work together to form a mineral compound that makes up the hard outer layer of your teeth, known as enamel. Vitamin D ensures that your teeth receive an adequate supply of these minerals, helping to maintain their strength and resilience against decay. Additionally, it supports the health of the surrounding jawbone, which anchors your teeth securely in place. A deficiency in vitamin D may lead to softer enamel and weaker jawbones, making teeth more susceptible to cavities, sensitivity, and even tooth loss. According to nutrients, vitamin D supports bone health by enhancing calcium absorption and muscle function and reducing inflammation, lowering fracture risk and osteoporosis impact, especially in older adults. 2. Boosts immune system. Vitamin D plays a pivotal role in activating immune cells, particularly T cells and macrophages, which are critical for identifying and neutralizing pathogens like bacteria and viruses. When a pathogen invades your body, antigen-presenting cells such as macrophages engulf it and display pieces of it to T cells, which then mount a targeted immune response. For this process to occur, T cells must first be activated, and vitamin D is a key player in this activation. Without adequate vitamin D, T cells remain dormant and ineffective, leaving your body vulnerable to infections. In addition to its direct effects on immune cells, vitamin D plays a role in maintaining the integrity of physical barriers, such as the skin and mucosal linings in the respiratory and digestive tracts. These barriers act as the first defense against pathogens, preventing them from entering the body. By supporting the health of these tissues, vitamin D reduces the likelihood of infections taking hold in the first place. The author manuscript research paper highlights vitamin D's role in immunity, linking low levels to higher infection risk. It boosts antimicrobial peptides like cathelicidin, aiding in bacterial defense, and reduces infections, including influenza. 3. Supports muscle function. Muscle contractions, the fundamental action of muscle function, rely on calcium moving in and out of muscle cells. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium levels in the blood by enhancing its absorption from the gut and maintaining the balance necessary for muscle performance. It activates calcium-binding proteins that shuttle calcium into the bloodstream, ensuring an adequate supply for muscles to contract and relax efficiently. Without sufficient vitamin D, calcium levels may drop, leading to weaker or uncoordinated muscle contractions, which may manifest as muscle cramps, fatigue, or reduced strength. At the cellular level, vitamin D interacts directly with vitamin D receptors found in muscle tissue. When vitamin D binds to these receptors, it triggers a cascade of genetic activity that enhances protein synthesis in muscle cells. This process is essential for maintaining and building muscle mass, especially in response to physical activity. It also supports muscle repair after exercise or injury by promoting the production of new muscle fibers and reducing inflammation in damaged tissue. This is particularly important as we age, when muscle recovery naturally slows down and the risk of muscle loss, or sarcopenia, increases. Vitamin D also improves neuromuscular coordination, the communication between nerves and muscles that allows for smooth and controlled movements. It facilitates the transmission of signals from the brain to the muscles by ensuring that calcium flows efficiently at neuromuscular junctions, the points where nerves and muscle fibers connect. When vitamin D levels are low, this communication may become impaired, leading to slower reaction times, reduced balance, and an increased risk of falls, especially in older adults. The journal Therapeutic Advances in Chronic Disease reports that vitamin D supplements may improve muscle strength and reduce falls in older adults, but mixed results highlight the need for further research, especially in younger populations. 4. Enhances mental health and mood. Vitamin D helps regulate the production of serotonin, often called the feel-good neurotransmitter. Serotonin is crucial for stabilizing mood, promoting feelings of well-being, and supporting cognitive function. Vitamin D activates the genes that produce the enzyme responsible for converting tryptophan, an amino acid, into serotonin. Without sufficient vitamin D, this conversion process slows down, leading to lower serotonin levels, which may contribute to symptoms of depression, anxiety, and mood swings. This is one reason why low vitamin D levels have been linked to conditions like seasonal affective disorder, a type of depression that occurs during months with limited sunlight. Beyond neurotransmitters, vitamin D also supports the health of brain cells. It binds to vitamin D receptors found in neurons and glial cells, triggering a series of genetic responses that promote brain function. This includes enhancing the production of nerve growth factor, a protein that supports the growth, maintenance, and survival of neurons. By protecting neurons from damage and encouraging repair, vitamin D contributes to better brain resilience, sharper cognitive function, and an improved ability to handle stressors that may negatively impact mood. Another mechanism through which vitamin D influences mental health is by regulating the hypothalamic-pituitary-adrenal axis, the body's central stress response system. The HPA axis controls the release of cortisol, the primary stress hormone. When the HPA axis is overactive, cortisol levels may remain elevated, leading to feelings of anxiety, restlessness, and even depression over time. Vitamin D helps modulate this system, ensuring that cortisol levels remain balanced. This contributes to a calmer, more stable mental state, particularly in individuals prone to stress-related disorders. The journal Nutrients highlights that vitamin D may support children's mental health, improving issues like anxiety and depression. Adequate levels via diet, supplements, or safe sun exposure are recommended. 5. Reduces risk of chronic diseases. One of the most significant ways vitamin D lowers the risk of chronic diseases is by controlling inflammation, which is a common underlying factor in many health issues. Chronic inflammation damages tissues and organs over time, increasing the likelihood of diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. Vitamin D helps regulate the immune system by reducing the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines and promoting anti-inflammatory pathways. By calming persistent inflammation, it protects the cardiovascular system, supports healthy blood vessels, and prevents the buildup of plaque that may lead to heart attacks or strokes. In the context of diabetes, vitamin D plays a critical role in glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity. It enhances the function of pancreatic beta cells, which produce insulin, the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar levels. Vitamin D also improves the sensitivity of tissues to insulin, helping cells absorb glucose more efficiently. Without sufficient vitamin D, the body's ability to manage blood sugar declines, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes and related complications. Studies have shown that individuals with adequate vitamin D levels are less likely to develop insulin resistance, a precursor to diabetes. For cancer prevention, vitamin D helps regulate cell growth and differentiation, ensuring that cells grow in a controlled manner and die off when they should, a process known as apoptosis. This regulation reduces the likelihood of abnormal cell growth that may lead to tumors. Vitamin D also inhibits angiogenesis, the formation of new blood vessels that tumors need to grow and spread. The journal Aging and Disease links low vitamin D to cardiovascular disease, affecting inflammation, endothelial function, and coagulation. Adequate levels may reduce oxidative stress, improve blood vessel health, and lower cardiovascular disease risk. These minor modifications may significantly influence the process by which your body absorbs and benefits from vitamin D, whether it involves combining it with nutritious fats, monitoring your magnesium levels, or avoiding overdosing the vitamin. Remember, it's not just about popping a supplement, it's about knowing when, how, and with what to take it. Today we learned about all the mistakes that we shouldn't make while taking vitamin D. But did you know that your diet may play different roles? Want to find out more? Watch Flush Out High Cholesterol by eating these 10 heart-healthy foods. Or watch 13 Warning Signs of Vitamin B12 Deficiency You Must Not Ignore. You may watch either or both of them. Do you also take vitamin D supplements? Let us know in the comments section below.